And this is Telta, who we've never heard of before. Relatively new brand, although they've worked in the industry for years. A little bit of history there.
There he is.
Telta was launched in 2022. And they're really, really nice awnings.
They are.
I love the colours, the styling of it, everything. So we'll try and grab somebody in a second to talk us through.
Just smile.
Look pretty. Thank you. Yes. No, I don't want you.
This is all on video, but don't worry about it.
So yeah, you were saying that you don't, you never heard of us. There's good reason for that, and that is because we are a new brand in the market. It's our first public exhibition where we're showing the awnings in the UK. But we have a lot of history in the market. So our old family business used to be Camper, which we sold to Dometic a bit over 4 years ago. And now I have come in with a new range of awnings with Telta that I believe are the best on the market. And they're designed in response to historic feedback from retailers and consumers such as yourselves about improving all of the small details that we could have just done a little bit better in the past. So if I take you through those quickly, one of the big things is material. Condensation. So most touring awnings on the market use a polyester-based, non-breathable fabric. We have developed a breathable but lightweight fabric so that you will experience substantially less condensation, it will remain cooler in warm weather, and it will be more durable so you'll get more use out of it.
Yeah.
The key thing about other breathable materials that may already be on the market is that they're very heavy, and that is why it was very keen for us to develop something that was lightweight and still manageable.
Lovely. Yeah.
So that's the first thing. Also, it means that we don't have to use tape seams inside. We're able to use a water swelling thread instead. Because it is natural fabrics, because we're cotton based instead, it means that it will swell when in contact with water to prevent water ingress. Whereas you'll see on a lot of other touring awnings again, they'll be taped everywhere where water can come through, or over wear and tear over time, it can peel off. And again, be another area of weakness.
Yeah.
You will not find that.
No. They look strong, actually. They look They look good. They look really strong, but they look lovely too.
Yeah. So we've looked to use premium fabrics throughout the awning. So it's not just the outer fabric; it's the curtains as well. They're a high quality cotton, rather than the kind of I describe them as cheap shower curtains.
Yeah. I know. Yes, I know what you mean. Yes.
So it's giving you something that's substantial, feels nice.
Yep.
And actually, when you close them, gives you privacy rather than being
darker.
see-through.
Yeah.
Exactly.
No, I know what you're saying there. Yeah.
You'll notice that everything is a bit taller. So we're really emphasising on the vertical as possible front sides, so that the room inside is completely usable. So we want the floor space that you have inside, you'll be able to walk all the way to the front and use it all. Which means that our awnings have a lot more usable space, but it's taller as well. So if you imagine at home, the ceilings aren't here, are they?
No.
They're all the way up here.
Yeah.
And that's what we're trying to emulate with our awnings, so that when you walk through a door...
Well, that's it, because he is tall. And we had that problem sometimes.
Yeah, and it's kind of like that, and it's... so that's one of the things that we've really had a big for. But it also means we have much larger windows as well. So again, it continues from the inside, that clean look, that feels open, so it feels like a nice spacious place to be. You'll also find that our tubes are significantly stronger. So how is the question?
Yeah.
So if I bring you inside,
okay, we'll go this way round then. What?
Pause it then.
Yeah, it's alright, don't worry, I
That's
forgot.
the typical usage you will find inside of it with an awning, is that people are actually spending a lot of time there. So when you spend a lot of time there, small details matter.
Yes.
It's good when you don't have clutter everywhere. You don't have eyelets everywhere, toggles, all sorts of things. You don't know what they're
Yeah.
there for. It's meant to have a clean look. So
One
that
thing I
you
did
have,
notice, which I liked, was there's lots and lots of Velcro tabs.
there's a number of Velcro traps
Yeah.
for you allow for lighting, but
Yeah.
for other uses as well.
Yeah.
You'll also see
I did
linked to
notice
one of
that
our
as well.
accessories. We're trying to give everything as much value as possible, so we're trying to make things have more than one purpose where they can be used in different scenarios. So I spoke about the height before, and I can
I know.
walk all the way to the front of the awning, whereas other designs will typically
They all go down, don't they?
lose about half a metre at the front.
Yeah.
And that is also one of the reasons why our panels are substantially larger.
They are,
So when
they're
you add
great.
an annex to them, it
Yes.
means that it's actually useful. I can walk from one end of the annex to the other.
Yeah.
Whereas on other annexes, you often have to fall into them, and they might say, "Oh, it's large enough for two people to sleep in." The reality is, you're never going to get more than one. Whereas ours is designed around being able to fit a deluxe double airbed in, for example.
I like the big windows because when it's raining as well, you sit in here and you can watch the weather and you can see a lot. You know, you're still dry. You know, it's just nice.
So the tubes. Why are tubes better than anyone else in the market? So all inflatable awnings have a TPU tube inside, and it's really about the outer sleeve that gives it the strength, because that's what keeps it together and allows you to get more pressure in, so that the awning is sturdier. So whilst other manufacturers recommend as low as 4 psi, we recommend 9, and it's tested up to 25. So why are our tubes better? Other manufacturers will use polyethylene or a mix of polyethylene and polyester. We use nylon. Nylon is stronger, more reliable, lighter in weight, smaller in pack size, and has about 22% elasticity, whereas polyethylene has 0%. And on a part that is constantly expanding and contracting, it means it's the perfect material. And that is why you'll see in here, on other awnings of this size, which is a 260, there will actually be a centre leg running up here.
Yeah.
Yes,
We're able
yes.
to remove that because we have much more substantial.
Yeah, see that? Yeah.
Also, we form the tubes around the connecting ones. So these are all individual tubes with isolation valves for you to be able to close them off if you ever had an issue on the tubes. Again, to clarify, in the very rare circumstance.
Yeah.
But with that formation, again, it means it's stronger against what it's sitting against, which
Yeah.
means it will perform better in high winds, but it's also, just as you see it now, it's why it feels so stable.
Yeah.
So that's one
Just
of
so
the other
spacious, isn't it?
Also, you'll often find at the end of some tubes they use a bit of Velcro about that large, and you think, what's that going to do? And you end
Not
up
a
having
lot,
to
yeah.
pop it up all the time to get it back in place. Again, substantial Velcro is used here to keep the tubes together so that you never have to play around with it and it will stay in the correct position. So it's all those little details to just improve
Makes a difference too.
on everything.
That's lovely.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Just stop right there.
Awning, and can I fit this annex to it because it's actually a decent size. So
Yeah.
our annex, because we have the taller and wider side panels, it means you get something really
So I like
significant.
about that too.
So I can walk all the way to the end here,
Yep.
and it's still more usable space. So our annex, it gives you extra living area.
Yes.
It comes with the high quality curtains like the rest of the awning
know, I'm impressed with
and
them.
the breathable fabric. But also, it comes with a dividing panel.
Yep.
If you wanted to instead use this as an area for storage or for
Yeah.
bikes or something, with the door at the end and the extra ventilation panel for easy access in and more ventilation, and also a inner tent. And that inner tent can fit in a deluxe double airbed, whereas you'll find on
Some of
most
them you
other
can make it
annexes,
double,
you're
yeah.
crawling in,
Oh, no.
and also, I mean, they're not even large enough for much more than a single airbed.
No.
So we wanted to give a reasonable
Yeah.
addition to
No,
the
I
awning.
think it's great.
I think it's brilliant.
Yeah.
So granite poles, you'd be very familiar with them. It's just something that, I mean, without them, you're still able to drop the panel in half, but it just keeps it a lot
Not quite the
cleaner.
same. Yeah, it
looks a lot
smooths
nicer.
up. Or, yeah.
And that's all great when it's nice, warm day and want some
Yes.
extra breeze coming through. But what happens when it's wet and it's rainy? Well, you can convert it into a front to back hanging rail as an area for you to be able to hang wet items such as jackets and other things like that. So we're just trying to give you, with everything that we do, the best value for money.
Yeah.
Rather than sell you as this as a separate accessory and then say, oh, we can upsell you to this as well. Our strong emphasis on value for money and a quality product.
Have it all,
Yeah.
Windbreak is that you actually have full adjustment of this part. So you see here where we have it set up in a 90-degree angle.
Yeah.
That can also go all the way to a 180-degree angle. Whereas on most inflatable windbreaks in the market, they are fixed in position and just create an enclosure. So this is really nice if you want to just have an actual windbreak rather than an enclosure. It's actually really
it's a bit of
useful
both,
for that.
really.
And it's easy to move around.
Yeah.
And if you still want to make that enclosure, they come in 2 panels, but there is also the option to zip together as an additional one. Material is PVC. Why? We don't need a windbreak to be breathable, but it's probably going to get mucky and wet.
And it's easy to
PVC
clean.
is really durable, but it is also easy to clean.
Yeah.
So that makes it the best material to use for.
I agree, yeah. How much are they?
So they are. Oh, the tunnel fixing. I don't think most people who talk about a drive-away kind of awning actually have ever used it. And I think it comes down to the whole, people will often say to you, get a drive-away kit and you can thread it through when you put it on the cassette, and when you want to go away, you can pull it out. Okay, that's all very good if your vehicle's this height. What happens when it's 2.7 meters tall? You need a step ladder. Okay, all right, you can do it the first time you set up, and you can do it the first time you drive away. You can just pull the driveway kit out. Okay. When you come back to your vehicle, then you've got to be centimeter perfect, and then thread it back through the cassette at 2.7 meters high. It's just not feasible. So for someone who's actually used the product, our recommendation instead is straps that we have on both corners and in the centre. They are webbing straps like what we have on all our awnings, so they're soft, they're not going to leave scratches or marks on the motorhome. And it allows you to throw them over the other side of the vehicle and simply peg them down. When you want to drive away, you unpeg them and put it onto the other side. Easy. So when you come back, it's very easy to set back up again. Because the tunnel is just a flexible area to keep you sheltered to get into the main.
To get in and out of the van.
I think that's where it shows some of those things. Also, a further recommendation is I always say to people, get a tennis ball, cut it in half, put a little hole in it, so you can thread the strap through, and then you've got a little bit of weight that will make it easier to throw over while still being something that's not going to damage the vehicle. And that will just make it that step easier. Again, that is from my own practical use. And I just think that it's all about thinking, actually the practicality of using it.
Especially when, you're in your wheelchair and it.
Extended front on this one. Same air beams. Pole system there for hanging. And this has got the bedroom annex or extension, what do you want to use it for. Really nice, really nice.